Okay, so today's webinar, we're going to talk about how to use the gamification feature inside of Social Hub site. And what I mean by gamification is really just a system of rewarding community members inside of your Social Hub site. One of the things when it comes to community management is obviously making sure that your community is constantly managed. Part of that, or constantly engaged. But part of that is giving that sense of reward, giving that sense of, hey, I feel connected to this community. I feel, or I am a great listener. I am a social butterfly, or whatever I've earned inside of that community. It gives people that sense of connectedness back into the community, and I think that's a really key part behind any community. We got to look at things. When you look at a community, we have to look at it as, this is no matter what technology it's on, whether it's on Social Hub site or whether it's, no matter where it's at. That the challenge is obviously getting people to come back, getting people to value the community enough that says, you know what, I'm going to spend 10 minutes here and engage, share, and connect, versus maybe just, spending that 10 minutes, say, on Twitter or other places, which, might expand the community, but ultimately don't focus on the optimizing the relationships. So, really what we want to do, one of the best ways to do this, which I'll talk about today, which is really, again, rewarding your members. And obviously there's a number of different ways we can do this, but I'm going to show you how to do this. Again, just keep in mind the overall goal here is to make sure we have people coming back into your community or in your Social Hub site, keeping people engaged. And ultimately, the key word here to remember is optimizing the relationship. If we can optimize the relationship, if we can gain that time, attention, and energy from the people around us, whether it's internal team, whether it's our referral sources, whether it's potential clients that we group inside of the Social Hub site, we want to make sure that these people are bought in, they're connected to the brand, and ultimately that's going to lead to, everything from increased sales to, from the, engaging the customer to better morale inside of the company and, and more, a more productive workforce. Again, there's a number of different, rewards behind or benefits to this, but so let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to go ahead and first show you, I have the demo site set up here. So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to show you the awards page. Now, this is a feature that, again, I'm not going to really show you the setup today, but this is something that obviously with any managed community, we can actually go ahead and set up for you. I just basically want to show you how to use it, and then obviously we can talk about how to set it up in a different webinar. But basically, as you see here, what I've done just for this demo is showed you 4 different awards that we've created for the community, and as you look at it, really what we're doing with rewards, or what really is called badging, is creating a system where the members of the community can start to earn these badges by completing certain tasks. Those tasks might be anything from commenting on an activity post, to creating a blog post, to commenting on a blog post, to sharing a blog post. Again, there's logging in. Again, there's a number of different ways to measure whether or not somebody earns a badge. But ultimately, what we want to do inside of this badging system is create that sense of accomplishment. And you can see here inside of this community, again, it is a demo community, but I've created a couple different badges. So you can see we have thought leader, great listener, social butterfly, and community master. Again, if you put this in context to a business, a regular business that again, you're trying to engage your customers or engage your internal team. At the end of the day, we want people to, again, feel good about their participation. So, again, Social Hub site, by default, we'll have, again, when you create it now, we'll have the awards page. So essentially, I'll show you how to create these badges. And then, again, essentially what's great about this is that once you've created this system or created your badging system, the system automatically takes care of actually awarding that, and people will be able to see that they've earned, get an email that they've earned, particular award, which makes them feel good. It gets them to come back into the community. They're also able to, maintain that, to be able to view that award, whether they're, on the front page of the site. You can see here, I have Joel's profile as a sample here. I can see, you can see he's earned the Social Butterfly Award. But again, you can also go, if you were outside of the community, you really didn't know Joel, you might want to, kind of see what Joel's achievements are by going to his profile, so you can see what he's earned so far and why he's earned it, more or less. Again, and you can kind of see exactly, what he had to do in order to get that. So let's go back here for a minute. So again, first thing we want to do in setting up the award system is to first is to create the actual badges themselves. So what we want to do is go to admin options up here in the top right hand side, and very simply just click on rewards. So we got site rewards. And then, as you'll see here, we have the list of different badges or community badges. And again, I'm just going to stay on the topic of badges today because, again, there's a number of different things you can do with the achievements or with the rewarding system. But again, it's going to keep. I want to just go over just the badging part of it. So basically, what we, I'm just going to go in here. I'll click on, say, Social Butterfly. So I'm going to click on Edit. And, as you see here, basically what we want to do to set this up is, and I'll show you how to create a new one here in a minute, but as you see here, we have the title of our badge. In the description area, we put exactly what, what the badge is. So you can see this badge recognizes someone who engaged in posting an activity within our community for the very first time. Obviously, Social Butterfly might be a little bit of an exaggeration there on that. But anyway, at least kind of, keeps people, makes people feel good, at least for that first level of engagement. Down here, you can see the excerpt. So again, if, for the front page, if you want to kind of shorten this a little bit, you can put the excerpt there. And again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the small details. I'm just going to show you basically the important details for today. If you scroll down, a couple of the important things, you'll see points awarded. Essentially, what one of the ways you can earn a badge is by earning enough points. So let's just say that, in this particular case, for the Social Butterfly, all you have to do is actually create a new activity post on the site. But maybe what we want to do is we want to have one award or badge that is, based upon the number of points you have. So what it's doing is it's accumulating all the different activities that you've accomplished inside of the community and assigning that basically, like once you hit, say, 500 award or points, that'll automatically allow you to earn a badge. So again, that'll come up once I show you. I'll show you an example of another badge that we've created, or what I call the community master badge. Again, where you can earn, it's earned when you actually earned enough points. You can see here it says earned by. You can see by completing steps. Here's where I was talking about, with the minimum number of points. You have the submission, which is actually, say if you the community members can actually submit you as as earning this award. So let's just say that you want to be top community member or something like that. You can run a campaign or communicate with everybody inside of your community that they can go ahead and they can submit somebody or submit their nomination, if you will, into that. And again, we go down here again. You can do the submission as auto accepted, which is again anybody who submits you inside of that can it'll automatically award the badge. Nomination, this actually requires, I'll go over this at a different time. It's a little bit more complex, but it basically means that if, somebody else can nominate you for that particular badge. So it's a little bit different in terms of where, again, nomination, you can set a certain limit to that. So you need, like, say 3 nominations in order to get it. You can do that. Where submission's a little bit different. Submission obviously means that people can just submit you, and the admin can approve that. Admin awarded only. Again, that's only, so nobody in the front end can do that. That's just for you to do. Again, we'll cover these at a different time. I think really the key thing that if you're starting off with the badging system or gamification, what we want to first probably start off with is completing steps. If I go down through here again, I'm not going to cover all these, but the sequential steps, you can see, so if there's a certain step that, this, as you can see here, this step must be completed in order to, or this step must be completed in order. So when you go down to actual creating the steps, it has to actually be created in the order that you set everything up. I'm not going to worry about checking that off. Again, I don't think we want to overcomplicate right now. But just to explain it so you understand when you look at it what it means. Showing the earners, this will actually display a list of users that have earned this achievement on the front end of the site, so you can keep that checked. And again, I'll show you how to do that here a little bit later. This is the congratulations text. So basically, what this does is, as you can see here, it's displayed after the achievements is awarded. Basically, once you've completed that as a user, obviously this is what you'll be able to see. So it's kind of like that pat in the back, like, hey, thanks for participating, thanks for achieving this particular award. We really appreciate you, and thanks for engaging and continuing to keep doing it. You can also limit the number of earnings for this. So again, if you want to limit the number of badges that you give out, only, or maybe the first people, to the first 5 people that do it, you can do that. You can also decide whether or not you want to hide this badge to the user. I usually just keep this set as show to user, because obviously you want them to see that they've earned it. The real key, this is a really key right here. Again, the requiring steps. So again, people, as I mentioned before, people can earn badges by, logging. You can set it as, logging into the website a certain number of times. So you can see here, I can choose log into website, but I can also set the number of times that you want that to happen. So if they log in, say 3 times, then they'll have earned that award. You can, as you can see here, commenting on a post, and this is in terms of blog post, commenting on a specific post. As you can see here, you can even put the post ID. Again, I won't show you that right now, but again, it can be done. Publish a new post, publish a new page, a specific achievement of type. Again, we're calling this community badges, but again, technically you can create a different achievement types. Again, we'll get into that a little bit later. But any achievement of type, also all achievements of type. But I think the real key thing that you're probably going to use, I would say 95% of the time, is going to be community activity. So if we select community activity, you'll see you have a number of other options under that allow you to, again, you can set anything from independent actions, as far as anything from activating their account, changing their profile picture, to updating their profile information, to social actions, such as writing activities messages, writing a group activity message, replying to an item in the activity stream, sending and replying to private messages. I mean, you can see here it's pretty comprehensive as to what they can do. But you can see these are all components that really get people to, if they want to really start earning these badges, it starts to tie into things that they're used to doing. Yep.
Jason.
Yes.
What are the key behaviorals of a successful community? What is that? I mean, give me like 3 to 5 that we would really generally want. What are the activities we're trying to drive in our organization?
Sure. The main ones you probably want to drive. The main ones you probably want to drive is I would suggest would be writing activity stream messages.
Okay.
get started. Again, that's really going back to the front page. Obviously, that's the first experience that people are going to encounter when they come into the community. If it's a public community, that's and you're posting it, say, inside of a public group or just inside of your profile, that's the information that people are going to see. So it's going to show that this community is active. It's people are going to want to join it. They're going to, nobody wants to join a ghost town. Nobody wants to go. Actually, there's scientific studies that have been shown that, again, if you have a longer line and a shorter line and say like an airport, nobody really wants to go to the shorter line because obviously the longer line indicates that it's probably pretty good food. Um, so, but again, so I would start off with the writing activity stream messages again and then the other thing I would probably recommend is writing a group activity stream message. This gets people to think a little bit further into, again, where they're sharing, and it also starts to engage other members of the community a lot greater than just the activity stream message. So, as an example, if you're a company and you have a marketing group, obviously, if you set your email notifications to go out automatically, when you post that message out, whether it's an update or whatever, that's automatically going to notify everybody else inside of that particular group. So again, now if you have 50 people inside of your marketing group, now you're rewarding people for getting people to, you're rewarding people for sharing it into that group because that's going to email or push notification, 50 people inside of the community, which is driving more engagement. So that's, again, because group activity has it's really tied in with notifications. So I would say that's probably your second. That's probably another one here. I'm not going to really order. If we're going to do 5 of them, I wouldn't really order them any particular, set of importance. But I would probably, kind of veer in the area of writing a group activity stream message. The other side.
Jason.
Yep.
Sorry to bother you. Are the badges public displayed? So when a Jason Verdelli responds to mine or does a posting, I can see that Jason's a certain type of badge.
Right. Yes. Actually, I'll show you that here in a minute.
Okay. All right.
Yep. I'll show you that actually updates in the activity stream, which is great. So everybody else can see that you've earned that badge, which everybody's like, okay, I want to be a great listener, so what, and it'll notify that it'll actually show in the activity stream why they've earned that badge. Okay. So, it'll say Greg earned this because he's a, great guy and he listens and all that kind of good stuff. So,
gotcha.
Again, I would say writing activity stream message, writing a group activity stream message, replying to an item in the activity stream. Now you're starting to get, again, email notifications going out, people replying back to each other or push notifications, getting the notification system. So again, the replying part is something I would probably reward on. And then, you could do, again, I would also say, I would actually just go down to the first 5 in social actions, Greg. You have, the activity stream message, the group activity, the replying, the favoriting of an activity stream item, which again gets people to actually look at the post.
Yep.
So it gets people to say, okay, even if I got a couple of email notifications, push notifications, I was in a meeting, I couldn't get to it. But if I see it, I can come back and I can favorite that item or like it in this case. I can at least know that I'm going to be rewarded for that. And then also sending a friend request. In this particular case, if you have sort of an outside, if you've created a public community, say for, clients or, maybe an interest group or, a influencer group, you want to encourage people to connect with each other inside of the community. And that's really where you get that kind of private interaction, sort of the connectedness to the community. People know that they can connect with you. They have no clue what your email address is, and they're sure as heck not going to remember it. They know that they can go back into this community to communicate with you. That's going to happen more and more often. So again, I would just go into the first 5 in social actions, quite honestly. That would be my suggestion there.
Okay, thank you.
In this particular case, what I did here is I said, write an activity stream message, and you can see I chose one time. Again, so the key there with when you're setting these up is you want to create at least one action that's pretty achievable, or at least pretty easy to achieve. You don't want to create these activities which are so hard to get, or maybe like, okay, you get your first badge. You get your first badge when, you post 10 activity posts or something like that. That's really defeating the purpose of incorporating the badging system or reward system. It's really what you want to do is you want to reward early. So again, in this case, I'm saying, hey, post one activity stream message, and you'll have earned that badge, which again you can tie to actual rewards, maybe a money maybe a gift card or something like that. If you're trying to incorporate your internal team, maybe you give them a $20 Visa gift card if they earn this particular badge. I mean, that's kind of up to you, but either way, I think it's definitely you want to start early, make it achievable, and then again down the road as you create more advanced badges, that's where you're going to want to do maybe more complex, incorporating more complex actions, which again really forces people to actually engage with the community. So, and the other thing you can do here, I'm not going to get into this, but you can actually set up an actual badge itself, an actual image to apply to that. Now, by default, when you have this set up, there is some default badges associated. Some basic, like thumbs up type of badges. But what I did is I actually just created the badge here. So you can see I just have the little badge looking symbol, put in social butterfly in the center of it. So you can have, maybe somebody internally. Obviously, if you're using a managed community inside a social hub site, this is something we actually take care of for you on a monthly basis. But again, it's important to make sure you have some sort of badge that's at least showing some differentiation with the other badges. I simply just put, you can see here, I just put a yellow background with just the social butterfly, just the name of it in the center. It doesn't have to be anything too outrageous. Go to other major social networks, you'll see some pretty crazy badges out there. But it's for a lot of people, it's just the fact that they've been awarded that is probably good enough for them. Once you've actually created the badge, or you want to update your badge, you can go here. This will either say publish or update. So again, update meaning if you've already published it. Of course, publish means that you're publishing it for the very first time. So, basically, to create a new badge, all you need to do is you can either, if you're inside of a badge page, you can click on Add New, or just go to, if I click on Community Badges here, I can click on Add New at the top of the page. And again, it'll just bring up the screen where you can actually start to create that badge. So I'm going to go back to the front page, though. I mean, again, I don't want to get too far into the technical side of it. You can see it's pretty comprehensive. What I want to show you, though, is really some of the power behind once this is set up. As you can see here, what I've just as the example here. So we have Jogi here. We have again, this is the demo site, but you can see. He commented, he put out his first activity post. So we can see that, Jogi's won the award. He's got the award of Social Butterfly. You can also see next to the badge, it says this badge recognizes someone who engaged in posting an activity within our community for the very first time. Again, this is when we set that up. Again, this is where it's actually going to show. If I go to his profile inside of here, I can also see, again, I can see it, of course, in his activity feed. I can also go under achievements inside of his profile, and I can see all the badges that he's earned. The other great part about this is, of course, the individual will also receive an email once they've earned that. So it's kind of that, hey, you've earned the badge, congratulations, we like you. Click here, return back into the community. So you're constantly, again, it's kind of like, I don't want to use dogs as an example, but it is kind of like giving a dog a treat. Once you give them, give them a treat once, they come back again and again and again. Humans are built out of that same habitual mindset. You give us something good, you reward us. It's psychologically, we come back for more if it's good. It's there's a lot of examples of that, out there, but ultimately, you can see it's a powerful system. So. But basically, I want to show you another example here, just to give you another idea. So again, Jogi had posted out one activity stream message, which enabled him to earn the badge of Social Butterfly. Now I'm logged in as Joel here, and as Joel, he can see, you can see how many total points that he's earned. You can also see that he's earned the Social Butterfly Award. But let's just say, so now I think we have one here that basically requires, one of the badges here that requires him to, or you can earn it by, I think it was a great listener here, by commenting on 3 blog posts. So actually, you know what? I'm going to scratch that one. I'm going to, let's see here. Well, actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change this. So let's actually just change this to the great listener one. Instead of making it 3 blog posts, I'm going to go ahead and maybe just say 3 activity posts just to make it, just to save a little bit of time here. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to go here under site rewards and go to great listener. And I'm going to go down here, scroll, and I can change this. You can see comment on a post. I'm going to go ahead here and change this to a community activity. I'm going to change this to replying to an item in an activity stream, and I'm going to say 3 times. So I'm going to say, you know, commenting on 3 activity posts. I'm going to save all steps, and I'm going to update. And then very simply, and it just as a rule of thumb, you can always click on the name of your site. It's always got the home symbol here. This will just take you right back to the front page. And then, so again, you can see Joel's commented on 1 post. I think he's only got 1 post here. So I'm going to go ahead and have him comment on 2 other ones. So we're going to go and say, you know, hey, you know, I'll say, you know, congratulations for Jogi and his award. And maybe I'll have him also, let's see here, go down and let's see, what else can he comment on? Maybe, I guess let's go down here and actually comment here on Vincent's award. Just going down here to the bottom here. Let's say congratulations as well. Not really being creative right now, but I think you'll get the point here. And now, once I go back, you can see, you know, I can see, okay, I have, you know, the great listener. So I can see, you know, I've achieved the great listener badge. You can also see inside of the activity feed here that Joel's, you know, been awarded, or, you know, the great listener badge. So, you know, rewarded to those who have demonstrated exceptional listening skills inside of the community. And of course, you know, Joel would be notified directly through email. And of course, you know, again, he's got that good feeling and, you know, feeling of being appreciated. Of course, you know, that gets him to want to do more. But so either way, I mean, you can see here, again, just for these simple actions, you know, you can start to get people, start to get people feel connected to the community. One suggestion that I would make is when you look at kind of the award system that you build through Social Hub site is looking at some of the awards. I mean, not just as sort of a vanity metric or saying, hey, you know, hey, I'm a great listener, I'm a social butterfly, but is actually starting to tie real rewards to that. So, and what I mean by that is, so if somebody earns, say, a great listener award, you know, as a company, if you're using this internally, you might want to offer, say, a $25 or $50 gift card somewhere by doing that. You know, when you start to tie real rewards to this, people take it seriously. They actually provide, you know, real results for you. You know, if you know that you're going to get, you know, by engaging, you know, if you can reply back 20 or 30 times, if that's one of the badges and one of the achievements, that's going to get people to change the way, you know, change the way they look at the community. And it's not that you're trying to just bribe them or, you know, force them into doing it. It's more or less saying, hey, you know what, we are creating a community of appreciation. We appreciate when you engage. There's a value when you engage to, you know, whether, you know, both to your company as well as to the community. So by tying real rewards to that, you know, but besides just, you know, hey, cool, I got this social butterfly badge thing, you know, on my, you know, phone or on the internet, you know, it's, hey, if I actually get a $50 gift card, now I'm starting to, you know, really see that appreciation, and now I'm starting to really get involved. So, That's just one of the recommendations I would make as you're, thinking of how you want to set up your reward system. Um, that's the again, and again, there's a lot of other components that you can add in there. It's not just giving away things that cost money. It could be a call out that you put into a newsletter saying here are the top three. So if you had that weekly newsletter that you put out, it's a top here are the people that have earned badges this week. And here's what they won. Now everybody says, man, I got to start catching up. I got to catch up. I got to catch up. And it's amazing how that actually works. I mean, you don't think people would react to that, but there's been studies been known to, or studies been done to show psychologically people we're competitive. We want to win. We want to get ahead. And that's why we, try harder in our jobs, and that's why we try to make more money. That's just the way we're wired as human beings. So by creating this type of reward system, it can really help you to further your community. So with that said, again, hopefully I've given you somewhat of an overview here. Again, I try not to go too technical, which is sometimes difficult to do. But try to give you a good overview as to, what this type of system can do. To get you started by going into your admin options, going under site and rewards to get this set up, and basically just start getting this going inside of your community. So, with that said, any questions?
Jason.
Yep.
Is there generally a time period where you reset the badges?
A time period, you said?
Yeah. So generally, like, is it perpetual? Is it going forever? Or generally do you do it like in quarters, like every 3 months? Because again, once I earn the badge, what's the stimulus or what's the reason for me going back in and trying to do more and that to be rewarded? You know what I mean? Unless you reset my point system, so to speak, I start back at zero for the next quarter or the next month or the next year or whatever you set it up for. Is there do you do a reset or no?
No, absolutely no. You keep the thing when you're creating an award system is obviously to make it's sort of, how do I say it, digital assets. People feel as if their time is worth something, so you don't want to reset that. Either that or people feel as if, okay, I'm going to do all this. I might earn my award or badge or $50 gift card or something like that, and then everything just goes away, and then I have to restart. What I would suggest doing is, in a better way to do this, is to always create a gradual upswing, or maybe additional badges that really start to give people that sense of continuing to accomplish. So let's just say, and this is where the point system comes in, Greg. If you're, it's one thing to say, hey, we'll award, this goes to a person who's put out, 3 blog posts or 10 activity posts or a combination of both. Your additional badges, and that's why, community master, you could say, hey, I want to set this as, I didn't update this to the numbers, but, you could say if you earn 500 points, then, we're going to make you a community master. And then from there, it's just a matter of, if once people get there, and obviously they get to there, that's obviously a great indication that that the community is working. You just continue to keep building. Your leaders in the community will drive you to create additional awards, if that makes sense. Because once you hit that, I need to create a badge to get you even more engaged. And I can figure out maybe the combination or a single set or a combination of tasks or activities that continually keep you engaged. So the reward badging system.
Is there a limit to the number of badges?
What's that,
Jason? Is there a limit to the number? Is there a limit to the number of badges you can have?
Nope.
Okay.
You can create unlimited badges within Social Hub site. It's and you'll find as you grow. I always say start out with about 4 or 5. That's probably, it's manageable. It's not overwhelming for people. People can go to the page and read it. So start with like 4 or 5, and then continually grow from there. Once people have achieved that, make those good. Make like I said, tie in some real rewards with that. Then once your community has starting to achieve that, then then add additional badges, additional awards that they can get. The more real you can make this too, Greg. Like, so let's just say that you have a monthly meeting or a quarterly meeting, or a company happy hour, or a client appreciation event or something like that. Even if you, and it sounds kind of crazy, but you go to Staples and get one of those awards that says here is a so get the symbol that you've created for that particular badge, throw it into throw that badge into an actual plaque, an actual award. So again, if you have that event, now you're starting to create a connection between digital community, which is what you want to engage, because again, you can't have client appreciation events or collaboration events every single month, or maybe every so often. So, but with this, you start to actually make it real. People start to see, wow, like I've been awarded the Community Master Award or whatever of XYZ company in this community. And you'll find too, what's funny is people will share that award. If it's creative, people will share that. If it's a public hub site, they'll share it onto their Facebook. They will repurpose that 100,000 different ways. So if you're trying to get other people, like maybe your partners, maybe influencers, to publish new blog posts inside of your community, and you reward them for doing so, that person, they're going to share that with every single person, or they're going to share it in every single social network, or to a lot of people that they know, especially if you make the badge or the award something that's valid. Like you won top developer of XYZ community, or top writer, top expert. People are smart, though, which a lot of people are, that do engage in communities like this. They'll repurpose that. You see it all, and you see that all the time. You see it everywhere with people. So, yes, and that's something too. Again, we can help you out with in terms of managing the community. Again, this is where we have the community management packages and plans to really help walk you through this and get this up and successful.
Jason, one more question.
Yep.
Can you create a badge, and I'll say to extremes, where only one person can have it, so you create a sense of competitiveness, so to speak, or like the top three, 1, 2, 3. I'm number 2. I'm trying to get to number 1.
Sure. Yeah, actually, you can see here, Greg. See where it says maximum earn, or not maximum earnings. Let's see here. You can actually set. Sorry, I'm trying to think through the question, make sure I answer it right. The number of earnings, you can actually set that. You can limit that, as you can see here. That's actually part of your setup for the badge. So you could say, I only want 5 people to earn this, or I want 10 people to earn this. Obviously, that encourages expedience, or immediacy, or I guess I think I'm trying to say the right word here. Getting people to react faster to it, because they know they're going to be the top. If you're only giving away, go ahead.
Does the system self-manage it though? Let's say I'm trying to drive competitiveness within a certain category, and there's one badge out there, and myself, and Melissa are going for it, right?
Yep.
And now, let's say it's the number of friend requests that we send out. Now I'm at 10.